What's good? To drop your 3 cents. You're back in the building for that 40. What up, Fez? How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Man, maintain it, man. You know.
There you go.
Long week.
Facts. How you guys doing? What's up, Jess?
Hello. Doing pretty good.
There you go. I'm on daddy duty today, so if I disappear from y'all, yeah.
I appreciate the dedication, man. My fault. I didn't know you was gonna be daddy here tonight.
Man, look, we got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? I got some fresh Cambodian titty milk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She left me with supplies. You know what I mean?
Hey, Tish, you good?
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Tish?
Trying to stay hydrated.
Mine know it's hot as fish grease out there, ain't it?
I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm waiting for this heat to be over. Ready just for summer to be over within a couple of weeks, you know. And
it need to be now.
Right,
I need that to happen now.
Right.
California out there going through it.
Man. Like T said earlier, if this would help, like, then I don't want no parts of it.
No parts of it. Nope.
Yeah. Hey, but how's you guys' week been?
Man, it's been beautiful, brother. I can't complain.
Productive.
I was off on Monday, so it was a short week. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they make you make up for that extra day, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? They sure try to add some extra sauce on there.
Man.
Purpose. If I was still gonna do 50 hours, we should just came to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real.
Hey, what's up, Cheryl? How you doing? I think Cheryl, she's on the 3rd degree page, so that's why I can't see it on this one.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's just go ahead and let's dig right into it. Let's get into some ratchetness, you know.
It's your boy 3rd Degree, and I'm back with more ratchet news.
What's good, y'all? We're going to make this short and simple. I don't really have a whole lot of ratchetness to report, but there is still a little bit of ratchet, you know. First off, sorry to report that there was a earthquake today in California. It was reported a 3.5 magnitude earthquake with 3.9 aftershock quakes in Ontario, California. But I think that was just more so because they knew the ratchet news was coming. So that's what really shook up everything. But let's get into a little bit of this ratchet news. Got send a gangster happy heavenly birthday or C-Day to the Godfather Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? He had a vision for the whole revolutionary West Coast hip hop, you know, so salute and happy birthday to him. May continue to rest in peace. Also on this day, some 30-some years, I ain't going to do the math right now, but the greatest rapper of all time was actually shot on this day in Las Vegas back in 1996. And it's so relevant even still today because now we have his murder suspect, Keefy D, being charged with it. And this guy right here, Sean P. Diddy Combs. I say this because he's been accused of having a hand of it, allegedly, of Tupac's murder. But we shall see as more stuff's unfold. But Feds issued grand jury subpoena in criminal investigation of Diddy. So I wonder what else that they're going to be looking into him as far as like with the allegations of SA abuse and all this other stuff. So we shall see. Moving on. There is a new law in Connecticut that goes into effect that will require all public schools to provide tampons and female hygiene products in boys and girls bathrooms starting as early as 3rd grade. And I'm scratching my head because I'm like, why? But I've seen those get in trouble for these type of questions or whatever in my commentary, so we'll just move on. Elon Musk and investors reportedly face $24 billion loss as X's value plummets 72% since purchase. I don't even know why he even bought it. It was a waste of money, and he's really brought the whole platform down. just starting with calling Twitter X, which is just weird. But moving on, with no surprise at all, according to Vivid Seats, SoFi Stadium will consist of 62% Raider fans on Sunday. As you know, the Raggedy Chargers have moved to LA, which is essentially still Raider country, and they have zero to like none fan base. So this makes perfect sense as it continues. They didn't even really have a fan base in San Diego, but I don't even know why they're here. But we're going to continue to talk about this more later. But go Raiders. Dame Dash's grill fell out of his mouth right after he admitted he wouldn't mind working with 50 Cent. And it was a trip, man. It was a trip. Yo, peep this. Peep. I'm just saying, that's weird. But moving on. Donald Trump's sentencing has been pushed back to November 26th, taking place after the election, which I guess it must feel good to have that white privilege. You know what I mean? Because I was looking forward to his sentencing sometime was it this month? Was it the 19th or the 18th? I was looking forward to it, but I guess the complexion for the protection wins again. And it's the day after my birthday, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Moving on. Just another quick reminder, no one cares about the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes. True. Brian McKnight trolls his biological kids, announces his Fatherhood Friday show. Bruh, why don't you sit your corny ass down? Because as of right now, you're looking like a complete ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the last person to be speaking about fatherhood, and why are you going so hard against your biological kids? It's just, you seem kind of like a biatch. But hey, that's just me. But speaking of shitty fathers, the father of Georgia high school shooter is facing 180 years in prison. Colin Gray gave his son an AR-style rifle as a holiday present. Why? You know what I'm saying? But I guess, hey, privilege is privilege, right? But this is one of the topics that we're talking about tonight. So that's all I got for y'all as of right now. You know what I mean? It wasn't really too much. Actually, your boy's been busy. So let's just go ahead and let's just dig right into the show. Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. All right. Just a little bit of ratchetness, you know.
The feminine products was not ratchet news. I'm just saying.
In third grade? In third
The
grade?
kids are
Girls
having
need
periods earlier now because
Yeah.
it should be in there.
No, I understand that, but why?
Yeah, we understand that.
Why are they in the boys' bathroom?
Thank you.
Because
You
the
know
bathrooms
why in
don't
the
have
boys'
any
bathroom.
signs anymore. They don't have
Yeah.
any signs. There's
Yeah.
no signs for boys and girls. It's just
Yeah, I was gonna say, and y'all know why. We've had this discussion, so whether you
Even in
agree with it or
preschool.
not, they should have
These
feminine
these
products.
niggas, these niggas are not having periods. Period.
Do you not understand what we're saying? They're not there. There's no gender. There's all gender bathrooms now. So it needs to be feminine products in there for those who have transitioned or have identify as men to be able to use the feminine products. Whether you agree with it or not, they need to have feminine products. They should not be walking around with a mess on them. That's why. And it could be another discussion for another day, but that's why. Whether you agree
Amen.
with it or not.
Amen, man. Thank you for that clarification.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes, Alexander. Periods,
You're very
period.
welcome.
The boys are not having none. They're not bleeding. There are no menstrual cycles, no nothing.
Oh, he gonna keep
No
going.
need for no.
Again, I'm not going to explain it to you again. I'm not.
You don't have to. I mean, biology is biology. I passed that shit. I know that boys ain't having them. So for the fact
And I
that they have
completely
them,
explained to you why.
well, I get the whole
It's
thing of
not ratchet
gender neutral, all whatever. But again, boys and fuck that. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
I
okay,
mean,
because I don't expect you to understand female biology when it comes to periods, like you told me about how
yeah,
I
because
couldn't
again,
raise
I wouldn't expect anybody to
So
understand
it
it.
is what it is.
I wouldn't expect anybody to understand it. When you understand how a penis works, then
It is
no.
what it
So
But the feminine products wasn't for biological males. That's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's still biological women who need to have
okay, I get that aspect.
feminine
I get that
products.
aspect.
That's the point.
I get
Moving
that
on.
aspect.
I said it.
Ugh.
Clear that nigga up.
You wanted to
You know what I'm
argue.
saying? Clear that nigga up.
I'm like, damn.
Like I'm
Do I
supposed
need
to
to
give
say
a
it in Spanish, Chinese, and French? Because I said that.
then take the ass to the grip. Anyway,
All right,
Thanks,
moving
I
on.
always get in trouble for this shit.
Yeah, moving on. You said moving on. Moving on up to the east side.
Yeah, Alexander Rar. I just anyway. Purchase the merch at kingthird.com or drop your 3cent.com. The DY3,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Quez got his popping, you know what I'm saying? The merch. We got the merch popping, you know what I'm saying? It's gender neutral. I have unisex shirts for both boys and girls.
If you know what, I'm gonna leave my comment alone. I'm gonna leave my comment alone. Mm-mm.
Unisex.
Make sure I stay out of that clip. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna close my camera.
I should have done the same thing.
No, for anybody. Unisex is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I have unisex shirts.
Close my
Yeah, we
camera.
got
Shirts
you.
for men. I have shirts
We
for
got-
men, for women, for babies, for dogs. You know what I'm saying? We got masks for COVID-19. I mean, you know,
I'm
no
gonna get the
discrimination
baby a
here.
shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get Lil Mahir a shirt.
Yeah, we got for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
That's what I'm gonna do. He being good right now. He ain't crying or nothing.
I said the same thing, Cheryl, but apparently, you know, I'm a dumb diddy.
No, I said no,
Come
I'm
on,
not gonna say it again.
All right.
That's what I
Moving
said.
Well, thank you for those
Moving
who
on.
tuning in on Facebook. If you guys would like to be a guest on Facebook, I have the link pinned into the comments. Just know that if you're coming on and you're using your phone as a device that you're going to use, then make sure that you're using your headphones. Also, just note that you know the headphones work essentially like a microphone, and it picks up on everything. So whether you're snoring, whether you're breathing hard, whether you're yelling at folks in the background, whether you're chewing, you know, it picks up on everything. So, like Quez likes to say, this is a production. This has potential to go all over the world. As a matter of fact, shout out to my subscribers on YouTube. They're steadily climbing. Right now I'm at like 2.6 some million some views on one of my shorts. So that then trickles down to some of the stuff like these lives and the shows that we put up. So there's millions of people who are watching. They're seeing our faces. So, you know, we want to make sure we put our best face forward.
Shout out to the subscribers, man. We love y'all. And our Facebook family, the OGs of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Been here since we was arguing, sharing the screen. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Talk about. I'm gonna put you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go so we can bring somebody else on. Stay in the comments.
Yo, you remember those days?
All right. You
All
know
right, all right. Just stay in the comments. Then we'll bring you back. Just stay in the comments. We'll bring you back.
The good old days.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of y'all have been rocking with us since day one, and we appreciate you. We love you. And, you know, like I said, man, as we grow to the next plateau, those who do not help us grow just simply will not go.
Simple math.
Word.
Simple math.
So, Quez, you know what to do?
Hey man, third, what's your, I'm scared now. You know what I'm saying? After that series of events right there. You know, what's your word of the day, third?
Third's word for the day is harmony.
Oh, ain't that a shocker?
has many breakdowns. We got the number one is the combination simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce chords and chord progressions having a pleasing effect. Another similar breakdown is the quality of forming a pleasing and consistent whole. Another breakdown is agreement or concord. You know, so I say that I'll say it's perfect because I mean, you know, one of the things is me and Quez both were in choir, and we were always taught that we can have different voices, you know, saying unique voices, but we all had to sing on the one accord, and we all had to make sure that it's in perfect sync and harmony together. You know what I'm saying? So I can come as a baritone, or I can come as a bass, he can come as a tenor. You know what I'm saying? Teach can come as an alto. You know, Jess can probably come as a soprano. You know what I'm saying? But we all had to make it work and sing on the same accord and make one musical note sound whole. You get what I'm saying? And so if we look at harmony, there's a disharmony amongst, you know, people, amongst just anything socially. We're seeing a lot of stuff that's just breaking down where, you know, we're seeing school shootings, mass shootings at a height. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing, like, you know, people ODing off of drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I just know that, you know, there's certain things that we have to do to get on one accord. So, you know, this is kind of like, you know, what we're going to talk about, and all of these like subjects that we're talking about is harmony, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Or the disharmony of such. So that's the breakdown for today.
Good stuff. Good stuff, sir. Way to clean that up. We appreciate you. Get back in harmony.
One band, one town.
KingThird.com. Drop your 3 cent.com.
There you go. There you go. What's the first topic? Let's jump right in, man.
We got a few. Do we want to tackle Rich Homie Quan? Do we want to tackle the Georgia shooting, or do we want to tackle Gavin Newsom vetoing the bill that would help illegal immigrants?
Let's take care of the homie Rich Homie real quick, man. Let's take care of Rich Homie Quan. Let's pay our proper respects to the brother.
All right. So this week, you know what I'm saying? Rich Homie Quan suddenly passed away with is alleged of an overdose. We don't still fully know, but you know, an autopsy is being conducted. But here's the clip.
In the world of hip hop, music fans and fellow artists continue to mourn the death of Rich Homie Quan. The Atlanta rapper has died at the age of 33. Now, Quan, whose real name is DeQuantis Devontae Lamar, was found unresponsive at his home and was pronounced dead at the hospital in Atlanta on Thursday. Now, the cause of death is not yet known, but an autopsy is scheduled for today to find out what happened. The rapper was one of the biggest names in hip hop in the mid-2010s, and he broke through mainstream with his popular song Type of Way and Flag, some of the songs that got me through college. He also found success in the song Lifestyle, which Alex, we said, is basically
that's our anthem.
Right? If you haven't heard the song Lifestyle, you should. It will motivate you and inspire you. And it also makes you feel like you're having a good time. Lifestyle, he released that through his Rich Gang rap collective that included Young Thug and Birdman. And those three at the time in the early 2010s,
Right.
they were the ones who...
Unstoppable.
Yeah, always performing, always playing. So very, very sad day in hip hop.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it like this. You know, all respects to him. I went back and I listened to his catalog. You know, I knew of a few songs, especially like Lifestyle and that one that he did with YG and Problem. You know what I'm saying? So there were some songs that I was familiar with. I wasn't really big into his music, but the one thing I did have respect for him as an entertainer, as a rapper, was that I thought that he was actually different than a lot of the Latin rappers that were coming out, and I actually thought he had some talent. You know, so I just wasn't necessarily my cup of tea, but I still think that he was skilled and dope. So it's definitely sad to hear what had happened. So what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, man,
I
definitely
think
is sad.
It's definitely sad. I mean, 33 years old, that is too young to be going out. And then over, you know, if it's, you know, allegedly drugs, if that's the case too, like these drugs and you know, alcohol abuse and things like that are taking our people out at a very young age. So that's where it's like almost when your career is popping and things are going on and you really live that lifestyle, people don't, when you're younger, you don't think that anything like that can happen to you. Because I know when I was partying and stuff in my 20s, like you never think that you might not wake up tomorrow or something might happen to you to where you don't make it home. Like we really think we're invincible. And it's just sad. It's really sad.
Definitely sad, man. Yeah, our brother made some summer anthems, man. That like they said in the clip, man. Them 2010s, he was super popping. You know what I mean? He had some anthems going, make you feel some type of way, all that good stuff, man. And y'all leave these drugs alone, man. Like in 2024, like you shouldn't be taking drugs like that, especially on a normal, consistent basis. Like at least, you know, back in the day, you know, you might hear about somebody pop some ecstasy or something, you know, that turn up and have a good time. But like y'all be pill popping like it's nobody business, like 2-3 times a day, man. That is not safe. Even if you don't die, it's not safe and not built for your body. So like let's get rid of that narrative. I'm tired of seeing rappers and young people die from popping pills and shit like that. Let it go, man. They got fentanyl, all kind of stuff out here that they be sneaking in.
I say that, yeah, there's stuff that's not, yeah, it's not
You
pure
think
stuff
you taking
any longer.
something. It's not okay.
You don't know what's being put in your stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I need it.
I was always too scared to try anything else. I smoked weed, but I was so scared to try anything else because y'all can't afford to send me to rehab, and I couldn't either. So I was too scared to take anything else.
Yeah, we ain't messing with none of that. But yeah, man, it's a sad situation, man. Shouts out to that brother and his family. And for
Yep,
y'all ratchet women out here trying to get some clout off that man name, cut it out. You know what I mean? These women out here arguing about who was with him and who was the last one. Like, stop that, man. You don't do that when people die. Cut that shit short. That's just messy and unnecessary while that man family is grieving. Y'all over here fighting about, you know what I mean, who slept with him last and shit. That's dumb shit. Stop doing that. It's just unnecessary.
Agree.
That's my PSA for the day on that one. I'm sorry.
That's what you got.
Nothing much. Just condolences to the family.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll stay on this for a little bit and then we'll move on. But I mean, it seems to be like it's an epidemic of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Like we're seeing. I think I saw a Facebook post earlier or sometime during the week where it says like a lot of the old school rappers are outliving the younger ones. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the younger ones are either dying behind gun violence or they're dying behind drugs. And it's sad because I know I hate to say it, but back in the day, you used to hear about the rappers slinging drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope I don't go back to slinging yayo, but now we got rappers talking about that's all they do is take drugs to cope. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The paradox is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that you think that rappers these days are aligning themselves with drugs?
Because it sells. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is, sales. You know what I mean?
And the accessibility. They have access to things now that with the money that they have that they didn't have with the money they didn't have. Accessibility.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool to be a pill propaganda.
Yeah, and it was going on too, but it wasn't public like this. We didn't have social media where everything was posted. I went to a concert, not going to name the people's names, but I went to a concert and we went to an after party, and we didn't even know this group of people even got down like that until we went to the after party. Wasn't no pictures. I'm not putting that. I'm not saying their name.
We need calling out names.
But I'm not. Okay, I'm not. But I didn't know they got down like that. And that's how I found out about certain stuff. It wasn't posted on. We didn't have social media to post it on and things like that. So now that all this is mainstream and people doing this, and a lot of people just do it because they see celebrities doing it, or they see, that. I guess the party scene is like more extra with you on it and things like that. But there's nobody really like. I don't know. It's just like a normal thing. I think that's what it is. Like I said, because of accessibility.
Well, it's crazy because it's sad to say because again, the one song that I did know of him where like again he got off was Lifestyle, and it's sad to see that Young Thug right now he's sitting in court fighting for his life, and then Rich Homie Quan lost his life. You know what I'm saying, due to ironically the lifestyle choices that they made. And so, again, you have people like Future talking about Percocets, Molly, and all this stuff. I mean, he makes anthems about popping pills. And then I guess there's an legion of fans who I guess either relate, and this is what they're doing. So we're seeing, again, especially with the rise of fentanyl and all these other things and opioids, whatever, all these people are gravitating to these songs. And this is what we have now. We have a lot more outside of just rappers. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of people just dying from overdoses. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of young folks. So again, I mean, back in the day, we knew that people would either drink or they would take drugs to escape their reality as a form of Novocaine. But I wonder what is the mechanism now for what is it trendy? Is it the party thing? Is it what is the whole thing about now about popping pills, especially like Percocets and opioids? And I don't even know all these drugs, you know what I'm saying? So forgive me if I sound ignorant.
No, but I think that's really what it is. Tish said is they have access. It's so much easier to get stuff now. You know what I mean? Like back in our I sound old saying that shit. But back in good God. Back in our day, we used to walk 5 miles in the snow. But no, but back in the day, like you had no trouble trying to find some good weed. You know what I mean? For real, like you was trying to run from the dirt weed, but everybody had it. Like it was
all the seeds in there. We trying to run from that.
Yeah, we were trying to find a good sack of weed, man. You know what I'm saying? Let alone trying to find some dope. But I mean, and we didn't hang out with crackheads. You know, like we
That part.
grew up in a generation where we had uncles, aunties, cousins. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that was crackheads, and they were stealing people's Sega Genesis and selling your shoes and all that kind of shit. We didn't want to be that. We had a prime example of what crack looked like. You know what I'm saying? We watched Whitney and Bobby. You know what I mean?
Hey.
We didn't want to be that. We didn't want to be
all
that.
you want to. The world saw it.
Yeah,
world saw
wasn't
it.
nobody signing up for that. We wasn't trying to
Like
sign
you
up
in
for
the
that
boys'
program.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? That's I think that's the difference. It was shunned upon during our time. Like, yeah, get away from me, crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't hanging out with y'all at parties and shit. Like, hey, here go my crackhead cousin. Come on, man, we finna turn up. No, not at all. And now it's just like T says, the party drugs, man. These things are designer party drugs, and some people say it make them smart and gives them their creativity, and some people say it calm their nerve, whatever the case may be, for your justification. But we need to get back to shunning drug addicts, man. You know what I'm saying? We went from the drug dealers being glorified, even though that wasn't right, to now the crackheads is the cool kids. Mm-mm.
Right.
No thanks.
So let me play advocate real quick and let me ask y'all: Do you think that weed is a gateway drug to some of these?
Absolutely not. I smoked weed for a long time. I ain't never did nothing else. Yeah, I closed the gate. You know what I'm saying? I've been plenty of places where, you know what I mean, they was doing some other stuff. And that ain't, if it ain't green, it ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Y'all do what y'all
I
do.
know that's right, Claire.
You play with your little
I'm with
booger
you on that
sugar. And I hate needles, so I can't
Scared.
shoot nothing. Yeah, I'm cool.
Because
I
they say that
thought
some
about
people they try
smoking
to chase a stronger high. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-mm.
No, but if I wanted a higher high, I just smoke more weed. I'm gonna be real with you.
Right.
I'm not doing
you
nothing
know
else.
what I mean? When they start saying that weed doesn't necessarily suffice no more, so they look for something stronger. Hold on one sec. Alexandria says, nah, those are the kind of drugs that make you shirk your responsibilities. You ain't never heard of nobody losing everything from smoking weed. Very
Right.
true. Cheryl says,
I
no
don't
way.
know about that.
Uh-oh. Speak your piece. Cheryl says, weed mellows you out and not make you crazy. Well, that's not all the way true. I didn't see some folks.
But you know what? I've seen some people, but later I found out it was laced, so it wasn't just
Well,
straight
that too,
up.
but then even that, there's some people, because I guess the chemical imbalances, you know, some people are like bipolar or whatever. So some people's bodies react differently. So yeah, I've seen some people bug out, like paranoid and shit, and you know, acting like, you know.
But that's a natural side effect of the drug, period, to some people. So yeah,
right.
Just certain people shouldn't smoke.
Alexander says, not even. You wanted to open the gate. You were curious. Or you
That's
went
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I wasn't curious.
Never was.
I wanted to know. I watched the people around me.
We had prime examples what that was going to turn into. You know what I'm saying? We good. I'm gonna pass on that. You know what I mean? That's what that was. But you don't see these drugs got people looking normal most of the time now. You know what I'm saying? Walking among us. So you don't really know who popping perks and all that. Especially if you ain't clubbing like that. You don't really see all that. So, you know, you couldn't hide from crackheads. They was everywhere.
Right.
they were everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a sad situation, man. But you know, it's up to us, man. We gotta correct the path as much as we possibly can. So you know, we can't just talk shit about them.
Right. I feel it. Anybody got anything else to add?
You got too many examples now. Nope, I'm good, brother.
All right. Well, R.I.P. to Rich Homie Quan. Prayers and condolences go out to his family. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're going to send them some healing energy as well. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Man, the next thing that we got going on our radar is another, sadly, you know, speaking of, you know, earlier this week, you know, there was another mass shooting or school shooting, you know, in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all a little worried because, when they said Georgia, automatically our brain went to, the Quez. We found out that he was straight though, but still, it's just a sad thing. Still, we're waiting on more details to emerge, but here goes the clip of what has been happening.
The shooter in the deadly school shooting today in Winder, Georgia at the Apalachee High School has been identified as 14-year-old Colt Gray. It has now been released by the FBI that Colt and his father, Colin Gray, also known as Coley Gray, were interviewed last year after they were tipped off with online threats of a school shooting made by Colt.
The FBI's National Threat Operations Center has received anonymous tips in the past of online threats to commit school violence or school shootings at an undetermined location and time. The FBI referred this information to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office for action. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office identified and located Gray, who is our suspect in this case. They conducted an investigation at that time, and there was no probable cause for arrest or to take any additional law enforcement action. This is not recent, this is in the past, but we wanted to bring that to your attention because we are pursuing that, working with the FBI on that, and any connection to that incident that could be connected to today's incident as well. Also, we're also aware of some previous contacts that the Department of Family and Children Services in the area had with the suspect and his family, and we are pursuing that avenue as well too, to see if that has any connection with today's incident.
How could they not find the location with all the technology? How? Because when there's threats on schools, the police are, well, at least for my kid's school district, they're on it. They send out emails saying that they went to whoever, did the threat, and investigation is going on. How did they not find the location?
Hey man, it's a here we go. It's ugly, man, because two of those things should have automatically warranted some intervention, right? The FBI showing up to your house should be intervention, right? The FBI contacts you, and then you take your time to, after that, go buy a gun for your child after the FBI told you they was making threats. And DFACs showing up to your house several times about your kids. And we all know in our community, it really only take one time for DFACs to show up, and they can take your damn kids from you, period, point blank. It's not really an option in a discussion about it, especially something as serious as threats and, you threatening to kill people and all kind of stuff. I just don't understand it, me personally, because I live in a different life, so I'm not afforded those luxuries to be able to threaten people and the FBI show up and nothing happen, and I just go on about my life. Don't make no sense. Sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy because they said they had received online information like tips, anonymous tips, and all that about this, what's going on with this boy. All these puzzle pieces, and you couldn't put any of them together. And then if nothing was showing that he was going to do it at that moment, why wasn't there still just a watch? Why wasn't there just like surveillance still going on with that family? And then I don't understand. And it's becoming a pattern because with the other school shootings too, they said, the person was online talking about how they were going to shoot at the school and this and this and this. So the follow through is messed up. It is really messed up. And this game, I'm my emotions cannot take anymore. And I know a lot of people out there too cannot take any more of hearing about innocent children who were involved in these shootings and losing their lives, and teachers losing their lives from these shootings because somebody's having a temper tantrum or don't know how to regulate their emotions, or their parents doing silly stuff by buying their teenage kids guns, knowing damn well they're not supposed to legally have them. And then it's just a lot.
And as a parent, that's kind of like the worst case scenario, You know what I mean? As a parent, your child being somewhere and something like that is happening and you can't do shit. You know what I mean? That's like the worst case scenario. You know, and all you
Yeah.
can it's a shooting at the school. You know what I mean? And thanks to the family and friends that everybody that called and checked on us, you know, because everybody was calling from Cali, like, hey, y'all on the news, we're pretty like, hey man, now we good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a contingency plan, but still
Right.
it's nerve wracking. You know what I mean? It's really nerve wracking. So I can only imagine what those parents of those students at their school was going through during that time frame of knowing that there's an active shooter on the campus,
Yeah, that
and
is
you don't know
crazy.
what happening with your children. You know what I mean? If they haven't texted you or called you or whatever,
Right.
and even worse to get a message from them like, "Hey, they up here shooting." I'm telling you, the type of parent I am. We're gonna have some problems. We're definitely gonna have some problems because I'm coming through, and you know what I mean. I'm coming to get mine. So
Yeah, and the
yeah,
mental state of these children who are. Oh, go ahead, Jess.
Oh no, I was gonna say, when my daughter was in school, there was a threat of an active shooter on campus, and I told her, "Walk off campus. I'm coming to get you right now."
yeah.
Cause nah, mm-mm.
Same thing
It
I
was
told mine. Get off the campus. I don't care what nobody talking about.
yeah,
Leave. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Get your ass up out of there. We'll figure the rest out later. But you need to head to the designated area and I'll meet you
mm-hmm.
there. And if you're not there, I'm coming in to get you. Period point blank. It's really that simple, man. But you
Yep.
shouldn't have to have these type of fucking discussions with your kids about being at school. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The school should not be a war zone. You know what I mean?
Nope.
They shouldn't. There shouldn't be no contingency plans for running from bullets at school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, we had
And
earthquake drills and fire drills. We didn't have any of this stuff going on. Natural
right,
disaster drills, not life threatening like this. This is just crazy. And I always think about the mental state of the kids who have witnessed their best friends or their classmates who didn't get a chance to make it home. And these guns, like, I know we watch TV and we see a bullet hole, but no, these guns rip flesh. Like, these guns really tear apart human flesh, and these kids are witnessing this. This is not a video game; it's real life. And,
yeah,
and the therapy that these kids are going to have to go through, which might never ever put them back where they used to be before. That's what I think about. And the families that lose their kids, like, you're supposed to send your kids to school, and you would know you expect them to be safe. Teachers go to school to teach your kids. They don't expect not to come home from after dealing, working with children during the day. It's crazy. And what's going on at home? Like, why is it so that your kid wants to pick up a gun and take it to school and hurt innocent people that has nothing to do with what's going on with them? It's innocent people, innocent children. Not once does it go through their head and say, I'm taking the life of somebody else's family member or a friend of mine or
Well,
whatever.
they're saying to some degree that sometimes it could be due to bullying.
Okay, but I hate to be like this, but bullying just didn't start this year. It really didn't. And
thank you.
people have been bullied. I've been bullied in in elementary school, and I went to school with family members and was bullied in elementary school. It's something that's missing here, because we can't say that, it's because of bullying they bring guns. Bullying used to cause fights and y'all would fist fight it out, and that's how it used to be. Or y'all have just arguments back and forth. It didn't go to the extent of people losing their lives on purpose. Like, you're really going to the school to kill people on purpose. It didn't get that far. So I can see it, but I don't understand how that becomes you bullying me, so now I'm gonna shoot you. When there's other ways around it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, bullying don't mean shoot up the whole school.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, I can't. I can't go
I
with that.
agree.
I seen bullying, and you know what I mean. When I was younger, we got bullied. It made us tough, man. There's conversations that's not being had in these households where people are giving the correct perspective on life. That's what it seems like to me. Y'all not giving your children perspective, because if something as simple as words or jokes or ostracism makes you want to kill people, right? That's a deeper
Yeah.
conversation than just bullying. That's not just bullying. Like you got some shit going on at your crib that we need some intervention. Like we need to sit down but for you to walk up to school with bulletproof vests on and AR-15s, I'm glad they took his daddy to jail because I got some of those things. I got bulletproof vests and stuff. Them things, first of all, they're not light. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really hide them all that well. So how you got into school with that on to begin with, it should have been a telltale sign. Like, you know what I'm saying? Teenagers ain't walking around with real bulletproof vests on. And that should have drew somebody's attention right there.
Right.
Before he ever pulled a gun, not to mention the previous things that happened. But my concerning thing is, unlike California, all these schools out here are enclosed and they usually lock the doors, which is what troubles me. You know what I mean? At least in California, our campuses are outside. You know what I'm saying? You have access to probably got to jump a gate or something, but you can get off campus. These schools out here in the South are completely enclosed. Like the gym's inside, everything's inside that campus. All the doors be locked, so you can't just walk. You got to go past the front office to get out and to get in. So that's what I'm saying. Like these things.
Well, that's kind of how it is in California too. They made it to where you have to go through the office. Yeah, you can jump gates, but to actually get on campus, you have to go through the office and show some type of ID.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, so if that's the case, how did this young man get on campus with this stuff? And you know what I mean? Because I know in my daughter's school, they got to have clear backpacks. The whole county, they've been doing that for since we've been out here. They have to have a clear backpack. You're not allowed to rock no jam sports or nothing like that. Your backpack got to be see-through. And then they may let the girls have like a little purse or something. But big backpacks, they got to be see-through. That's all these counties that I live in. All these kids got clear backpacks, or they just carry their folders and stuff because they don't be walking around with no clear backpack. But yeah, it's a lot of fail safes that I feel were ignored for this to happen to begin with. And there has to be a discussion about why a certain community keeps involving themselves in this, and we're not talking about it on a massive level. That's the part that's absurd to me. Is that if it would have been mental illness, my ass. It's plenty of melanated people with mental illnesses, and we still go to jail. So and we still get locked up and go to juvenile detention centers, and we still, you know what I mean? Like that's not a good enough excuse for me.
Right.
I mean, if they got mental illness, put their ass in the psych ward and let them sit down for 3 days and figure it out, like the rest of us. But to keep allowing these people to do this is crazy.
Alexandria says it's the gun laws, and gun laws in Georgia are terrible. No one needs an assault rifle to protect themselves. These are weapons of war that are designed to kill armies. Mm-hmm. Very true. And she says Chatham has the clear backpack policy too.
I have to disagree with you, Ms. Knight. The only thing I will agree with you is they open carry policy. When they did that like last year, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to hell. But where the police can't stop you if you have a gun on you. You don't need a license to conceal carry out here, which means the police it's people walk around here with 30 sticks sticking out their pockets at Kroger. You know what I'm saying? And the police can't say nothing to you. You don't know if that's a registered gun or not, or none of that. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I will agree with. That part of the law is crazy. To me, it's never the gun though. To me, you can't punish people who are law-abiding citizens who buy guns and hold them correctly, because when you start to make gun laws to restrict things, criminals don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? People who are out to victimize, they don't give a shit about your laws. It's probably hundreds and thousands of people in every state walking around that ain't never supposed to touch a gun, and they got them. You know what I'm saying? They got AR-15s and they got, you know what I'm saying, AKs and all kind of stuff that we don't know how they got it, but somehow they got it. Look at Chicago. Chicago has the strictest gun laws in America, but somehow people getting shot every single day. Let's figure that shit out. Where all those guns coming from?
True.
That's my argument to that. So let's deal with the people and not the gun. The gun ain't the problem. It's the individuals we're allowing to get the guns.
Hey, hold on, I have a quick PSA. So for those who are on Facebook right now, there's a technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on. Like I can't post up your comments on Facebook. So you might want to go to the YouTube page. I'm gonna put the YouTube page in the chat. Click that. We can put the comments up. If you want to come on as a guest, you can still hit that link in the Facebook comment section. But that's part of the show. We actually love to see the comments. We actually love to see the feedback. Right. So you know what I'm saying. So if you want to drop comments and drop your thoughts, views, and opinions, just go to the YouTube. You can type in King3RDD, or you can go to drop your 3 cent. And it should pop up there. But I'll put the link in if you guys want to. Switch over there. So I don't know what's going on with on my end with these technical difficulties, but I apologize.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was on the YouTube. I just jumped back over to Facebook. What's up, Brother Benny? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wasn't seeing none of that.
Brother Benny, where's he at? On Facebook?
No, sorry, that ain't Benny.
Yes, I'm not logged into my Facebook, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's DJ.
I'm on YouTube.
I'm sorry. It wasn't Benny, but okay. Yeah, what's up, DJ? Yeah, I was on the YouTube, so. But yeah, what's going on, people? Switch over to the YouTube, man. We need some more followers. Let's make that the new norm, and Facebook as a courtesy. But we want y'all to run up the YouTube page, man, so that we can create more and better content, please, and thank you. And Facebook been hating.
Please, thank you.
I ain't seen none of them comments. They over here going ham on Facebook.
But yeah, I don't know. It's we were kind of talking about this back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to sound old, but back in our day, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people were getting bullied, you had to face them bullies. You know what I'm saying? You either had to run or you either had to fight. And and then like you said, man, it builds character. Like, one of the things that I know that we had to face was kind of like, kids bringing like knives and whatever to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fights in the bathroom, like, shanks as they would call. You know what I'm saying? But, if somebody would talk trash, whatever, saying, hey, let's meet up behind the lockers or let's meet up over here after school. Or sometimes it goes right then and there and on the campus. You know what I'm saying? I was involved in a mini riot. I mean, but again, cats was throwing fists. You said what?
I said, yes, you were, sir. I think I was at home that day. I think I had took the day off. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, BJ? How you doing?
What's up?
What's up, brother?
Time has passed, so I can't get suspended now.
Statutes of limitations is up, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't
got my degree.
Yeah, so good.
What's up, brother BJ? How you feeling, man?
How you doing, BJ?
How's it going, man? Still doing good. It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Drop your
going
3
back to
cents.
school, so.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I see you was agreeing with me, BJ. What you think, man?
I agree that, or I disagree with the comment about ban all assault rifles. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen and they're doing just fine where they're at.
Who's doing fine where they're at? You, clarify a little bit.
My guns.
Oh.
His assault rifles are doing weapons are fine where they are.
So let me ask you.
Since y'all have them,
wait. I was getting ready to dig into the same question. Well, maybe, but my question is:
I think
why do you feel the need to have assault rifles?
Thank you.
Well, so it's a name of semantics, right? What is an assault rifle?
Ooh-wee.
I don't know.
BJ gonna get y'all. You gonna get y'all with the technicalities, man. You know what I'm saying?
What is an assault rifle?
An AR-15. I mean, I don't know the
that
breakdown.
That is not an assault rifle.
So enlighten me.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And an assault rifle is an M16, a M4, things that have a fully automatic capability.
with 3-round burst, full
3-round burst.
auto.
That is an assault rifle.
Yeah, the AR-15s are just as bad as that 30-06 that your grandpa had at the house that they went hunting with.
Yep.
A 30-06 can shoot just as fast as the AR-15.
Correct.
That's where the language get tricky, because people like to call them assault rifles, but they're not.
So again, why do you feel the need to have these type of rifles or whatever at your home?
So
Okay,
go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, BJ. You got it.
So I live in a state. I live in New Mexico. I moved away from California. I was paroled, and is there a chance of somebody coming into my house and doing something to my family? There's always a chance. I just saw on the news about 20 minutes ago that there was a shooting in Kentucky at a truck stop. And, I personally can't allow a person to come into my house to do something to my family if they're coming in armed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in England, it's illegal to have a firearm. And guess what most of the crimes are? People getting stabbed. Do we assault or do we stop over there in England, but it's not here? Do they put a ban on kitchen knives? Because everybody's getting stabbed over there. Nobody's getting shot.
Seems like violent people just like to do violent things, right?
Exactly. There will always be bad people, and there will always be good people with guns.
Sound like a Trump commercial, goddamn.
No.
Right.
No, I'm not a Trumper.
I was just.
You are. You ain't Quasar. You ain't Quasar.
I was just messing with you, but I low key agree just for different reasons, man. You have to think the Second Amendment was created to fight off any form of tyranny, and if you look at any civilization that was overthrown and taken advantage of by their governments or a form of government, the first thing they did in all of those situations was remove all of the guns. They removed every way of that person protecting themselves. So I feel like if the police can have tanks and M4s and helicopters and shit like that, the least I can have is an AR-15, a high-capacity magazine to protect myself to the best of my abilities, and just in case some shit go wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We watched in Katrina, the police was out there murdering people on bridges and in back neighborhoods just because they could. So we can't say like even the police is gonna protect us when shit goes south. That's just how I feel about it. I feel better protecting my family with the skill set and the assets that I have compared to waiting on somebody to come save me. That's just how I feel about it. And if criminals gonna go out here and make guns and buy guns illegally and be running around here terrorizing people like in Colorado, where we got immigrants taking over whole neighborhoods
and apartment complexes
with assault rifles. You know what I mean? And these people are just left stranded, and the police talking about, we got to figure out what we gonna do. Bullshit. Yeah, I'll tell you who to come pick up. You know what I'm saying? That simple.
Yeah.
Bring some bags. That's how that should go. But that's my explanation. What you think, Mahir? He agrees with me. All right.
Yeah, I just did a Google search and it said like the average response time for a police is about 13 minutes.
Oh wow,
that's a long 13 minutes.
That's a damn lie, especially on the IE San Bernardino. They take like an hour or two. They show up when they feel like it.
An hour. What city you in?
No, I'm dead serious. I wish I was playing. You know what I'm saying? You call them and then they show up an hour later talking about, hey, hello. So there was an intruder. Like, yeah, the motherfucker then left now. You didn't have like 3 fences, whatever, and then went probably robbed a whole another house by the time you got here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're short staffed. You know, COVID. There's some other crimes going on the other
Not
side.
COVID.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you the stories, man.
Blame it on COVID.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, like COVID budget cuts. We have to, you know. I'm like all these different excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like an hour and a half later, you know what I'm saying? Folks in sleep, getting ready to go to bed, whatever, like that, and they come knock. All right, get the funk out of here. Adoration, you good?
You didn't even forgot you called them, huh?
Exactly. I'm like, yo, go for yeah, bro. What was it that we called about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I ain't heard you scared the intruder away. In that instance, I did bring out the pistol. Like, hey, get the hell out of the yard. And that crackheaded ass, ironically, it was somebody white, high as hell. You know what I'm saying? And they went terrorizing some other house. But by that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't went down the block, went like 3 different houses, you know? By the time they showed up.
Hell no. Hell no. What's up, Adoration?
Well,
hey, guys. I'm good.
We know you ain't got no guns over there. Y'all beating people with bamboo sticks and shit. I'm saying, what's that like?
Oh my god!
Hey, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like, share button. If you guys are on Facebook, like, share, or hit the love. If you're watching, tap that screen, hit the love. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe, and the notification button. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Adoration. How are you?
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. I just woke up.
It's all good. We got you out there partying and coming in and being tired.
I mean, it's Sunday morning. It's Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
what time is it?
But no, I heard Tisha talking about the shooting thing, and she was going in. I was like, wow, that's so true. This is crazy. Like, what is going on?
I mean, there's been so many of them. I mean, I think
Yeah,
I've seen. I forget the exact number, but it's kind of high. But it's sad when it's becoming like when we're becoming numb to it. Like, oh man, another school shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kids are having
you know,
school shooting drills out of the blue, and it's just.
I know at my place we had to have an
sad.
active school. We have to have an active shooter training ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
how I mean, I know I'm late for the topic, but as moms, like
it has become a norm.
As dads,
and that's what
like,
I
how
don't
do
like.
you feel? Like,
Well,
are you giving your kids their own protocol as well? Like,
yeah, we kind of discussed that a little bit, man. Jess, I'll let you tackle it first. You know what I mean? As the mother on here.
Yeah, for my kids, I just tell them my daughter had a situation when she was going to school, and she texted me saying that there was supposed to be an active shooter on campus, and I told her just to leave, and I'll go come pick her up.
thank you. I love that answer.
Yeah.
I really do. It's a black answer. I love that answer. Sorry.
Hey, for real. I think in our community, we know better. You know what I'm saying? We hear gunshots, we get to moving. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to figure out, hey, what's going on down there?
hey, what's that fire? Is that a firecracker?
That's
a firefly.
Right.
Ask no
The firefly, huh?
Yeah, we not this ain't
Fireflies. Don't do that.
No,
we out of there. We'll figure it out on the news from the house.
right.
Like,
I know one black boy. He was a teenager in high school. They had a drill shooting. They're like, "Oh, get there!" He said he jumped out that window, jumped over that gate, and was home. And I was like, "Yes, sir."
Type shit. That's the drill.
Period. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I like we discussed earlier, for parents, it's kind of nerve wracking, man, to have your children in that type of vulnerable situation where you can't really do much unless you really ready to go like full kamikaze and ready to attack the problem yourself. You know what I mean? Which probably not gonna work out too well for you either. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
Yeah, you're faced with a dilemma. Do I go in here and save my child and possibly get shot and trying to save them, or do I sit back and wait and do nothing and hope they take care of the problem without my child getting hit? It's a hell of a dilemma to be facing. You know, it's just sad, man. Like,
it's really sad.
You shouldn't have to be going through this in middle school and high school. Like, we knew people that got shot in high school and shit, but it wasn't at school. Like
Yeah, it wasn't like this.
you was out doing thuggery. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of the time, or you was, you know what I mean, a victim of circumstance, but it definitely wasn't like happening on campus like that. You wasn't getting shot on campus.
Right.
And
I hear that this boy literally was his like second day at school. Like it wasn't even like, oh, I was targeting the bullies, or oh, my girlfriend broke up with me. It wasn't one of those.
Well, I saw some. I don't know how true it is, so I'm gonna say allegedly. I mean, they were calling him gay. You're making fun of him for being gay.
Right. But one day,
him gay.
it takes one day to like shoot a whole bunch of people.
No, I mean
That's kind of wild. I'm just saying, if I went to a school one day and somebody picked on me one day, like, oh, you're black, and I was like, okay, say less. I'm shoot y'all. Like that's kind of that's weird.
Yeah.
That's dark.
you know, we ain't soft like that. Though, you know?
Yeah. To me, there's no reason to be like, oh, okay, I got you. Wait till tomorrow, and then you show up
right.
with a weapon to shoot up the whole.
What happens to throwing hands and saying stuff and stuff? Telling the principal first or telling your parents first? Like, how did the program?
Yeah, I would rather you be a snitch than be coming in there shooting people. I agree with you, Adoration.
That's like the last. That's like crazy last resort in a kid's brain, maybe.
Like I said, things are different from when. Things are
I'm
different from when we used to go to school. Like I was telling Quez and Teach earlier, I got suspended a lot for fighting, whether it was confronting somebody or actually fighting. I even almost got put up for expulsion for almost trying to fight a teacher because he threatened me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a thing where, you know, it wasn't a thing of me going home, let me go get my pistol and come back. It was like, nah, you're about to catch these hands. And if there's anybody who would talk trash or say, oh, I'm going to beat you up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm stepping to him like, yo, let's get it on. I was always taught to face my stuff head on and not run from it, because at the end of the day, you know, my mom can't be there, my pops can't be there, you know, my homies can't always be there. There's gonna be times when I actually have to stand up and stick up for myself. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So either, you know, you fight or you run. You know what I'm saying? But you can only run for so long. But I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy these days that we live in, where kids they don't feel the same way. They're quick to pick up a gun, and you know what I'm saying, like, and especially if they do get their ass beat, like, let's say there's a one-on-one and they get the best of them, I guess because their pride is broken or whatever, you know, they come back with weapons and they shoot.
But let's be honest, it's not all kids. It's a certain particular
demographic.
That's what's being portrayed. That's what's definitely being portrayed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Because they're not being held accountable. The kids that we know will be held accountable by the system.
Well, but you want to know like I was telling them earlier, you know, the reason why, like, I wasn't bringing no weapon, or I was afraid of my mom. You know what I mean? Like, forget the police or the bullies, whatever, like that. Facing my mom, that was a different monster. I did not want no smoke with that woman, so I'm not doing anything that's going to cause any type of embarrassment or any type of thing. I was not messing with that woman for me, you know. But again, during our day, we had reverence for our parents. You know, these days they don't have respect or reverence for elders. You know, you got kids out here cursing and doing all types of stuff in front of elders, and they think that they're their equal. You know what I'm saying? So we're living in different times.
Yeah, me and my brother was just talking about it earlier.
Yeah, we also were taught that when we outside, we are a reflection of our household. So we didn't do anything outside the household that would get back to our parents, because that was a reflection of them and their parenting. We did not want to embarrass our parents like that. Plus, you're going to get it another time, too. They find out. And also, your neighbors were able to look your tail, too. Like your neighbors were able to discipline you.
If he's gone.
Yeah, so they don't have that no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Me and my brother was
I ain't telling you to talk your child, but you need to have some. You need to say it with your chest, because something ain't happening. Something is not. They're not catching on here. You can't be your child's best friend and then try to discipline them.
I was telling
in the same
my
voice.
brother.
Don't have that.
I was telling me and my brother was talking about this earlier, and you know what I'm saying. Like we said, I wish the FBI would pull up to mom's house. I'm running to get in the back of the car. Please take me away.
Yeah,
do not knock on the door. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all here for, just
listen.
Take me. I'm going.
Listen.
Please don't go wake that woman up.
Don't leave me here.
I keep trying to tell people that. I'm like, listen.
Please don't wake her up.
Right?
If you do, take me to jail first.
I'm like, before
Right.
they get into the cell, I'm gonna make sure they know who I am.
Man, take me to
Please.
jail right now.
Your mama
saying,
used to throw. She would throw one look. She would throw you that look.
It's
and
that
you
one
sit
look,
your
right?
tail down and shut up. Yes.
Man.
Don't say nothing else.
Man, so I'm telling on myself. So that same incident where I was getting put up for expulsion, I was in the office acting like I was all hard and tough. Yeah, he said something to me. He said if I don't move he gonna give me more than a headache. He talking all that. He don't want nothing to me. He don't want nothing to me. As soon as my mom hit that door, she gave me that look with her eye. I said, "Oh, shit, I'm about to die." I'm about to die. It wasn't no more toughness. I'm like, "Oh snap, I don't know, man. Oh, help me."
Soft as tissue.
Been there.
Yep.
Been there.
I'm good.
Right.
I'm from my little smart mouth talking about, shut up. Who you talking to? You dummy. I forgot I had parents. And then I remembered.
We get beside ourselves and forget we got to go home to our parents. Until they be like, I'm going to call your parent. And then calling the parent back then, because if both parents are working in the home, you calling them at work. Oh, that's the last thing they want to hear while they at work.
Oh, no.
The child is acting up. And if
you can already hear
your parents work to come,
you can already hear the belt buckle jingling. You know what I'm saying? Like you can already hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like
listen, when I was
they have to leave their job to come get you. It's
you
done.
can already hear the belt buckle jingling. Like I'd rather just run away.
Listen, I'm telling you,
no smoke.
You better plan your escape. I used to I used to not be able to wake up to an alarm clock. It'd be screaming. I couldn't wake up. My dad's slippers slid across the floor. And the belt, like it was like an alarm from. I could wake up so fast. Cold sweats. That's your butt. No. So
talking about childhood trauma.
We grew up different. All right, we grew up different.
Yeah, we
did grow up different. To where you have us here right now. I'm pretty sure all of us on here. We still at this. Our as the teacher would say, is our big age. We are still afraid of our parents.
From the
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like I don't want no smoke with my mom.
And people don't understand. Like, what's wrong with you? You growing?
I already told you today. Don't tell my mama.
Right.
I'm just watching my back.
The last time my mom beat me, I was 16 years old. I still remember it.
Yeah. I remember my last beating.
She thought I called her a B word. I was thinking it, but she.
Oh, so you know how moms go when they got that telepathy, right? They can you don't be saying nothing, but they can just automatically just hear it. They can hear your thoughts.
You like
my mom could be in Africa. She's like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "I didn't say nothing." Like, "What'd you say?"
What
I didn't
you
say nothing.
You said
nothing. You was thinking it. You was thinking it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
listen.
See that's the thing from our generation. Not only were we terrified of our parents, but we were terrified of everybody else's parents too.
That part.
That part. I'm never gonna say nothing crazy to third mom or adoration mom and dad, or you know what I'm saying, Tisha mom and dad. Yeah, they come around. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop cussing. I'm gonna try my best. You know what I'm saying? I might let something slip, but I'm gonna try my best not to cuss and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tighten up when somebody parents come around, because that's just
I will say there are still some kids like that out there these days.
Oh yes,
there are some.
Absolutely.
Listen,
I don't call nobody's mom. Even in my big age, I don't call Quez's mom no Patrice or whatever. Mama Tucker, Miss Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's older than me, ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah. Period.
You know, it's respect. You know what I'm saying?
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Outside of my mom, I mean, if I had to deal with my grandma would never spank me. But it's not. But then again, I think the thing is too. I think certain kids, they're being coddled. You know what I'm saying? I think they're being spoiled to a certain extent where they don't know, like, hey, you may get 100%. Talked about. There may be something about you that's not perfect. You may have buck teeth. You may have a beer belly. You may not be perfect in the eyes of these kids, and they might find something to pick on you. But you know, you have to have some type of tough skin. And if it gets to a point, then you come tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't know. It's just different. It's just different.
In our house, it is a rule that you will be roasted. You know what I'm saying? We are going to talk about you. I
Let's be
don't care.
honest. That's life.
Hey, as soon as you can talk and say something slick, your ass is fair game. You know what I'm saying? You get these jokes too. You know, I don't want to hear that. That's why you peed in the bed last night. Get your little pissy ass on. You know what I'm saying? All that's happening because you need to be prepared. They're going to talk about you out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to, your first experience of somebody denigrating you or talking crazy to you is outside of our control. No, you're going to be prepared by the time you walk out this door and somebody say something to you, you got something for them. You know what I'm saying? Or you just don't ignore them because I didn't already heard that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My dad said that last week. You late. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I don't mean to be like 6'9" and drop some dimes and snitch, but Quez used to be the king of that. So because people used to try to people used to try to snap on this dude. They'd be like, "Oh, you black is whatever." And Quez, his comebacks was like pop, 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 pop. And he'd get him to the point to where they want to try to fight him. They want to try to fight him.
Y'all met my mom. My mom is exactly like me. She gonna crack jokes. Just go, either your feelings gonna be hurt or you gonna say something back. That's really that simple. But she gonna talk about you though. She definitely gonna talk about you.
You came for me first. Don't start crying now.
Yeah,
that's hard.
It's what it is, man. We were brought up that way, but. Because you know,
and see,
for us,
also,
you have to understand. Go ahead, Tish. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say you're gonna go through life with people not liking you. There's always gonna be somebody who don't like you, who got something to say about you. All the time, as long as you breathing, there's gonna be somebody. So they need to be taught early how to deal with it, not just even in elementary school or high school or college, in life. Period. You can't just get mad when somebody has something bad to say about you, and next thing you know, you show up at your job with a gun or whatever else. Like this stuff happens in real life, and they need to be taught how to handle it.
Absolutely.
I think you know, some words of advice for some parents out there with their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a little note from our era. Tell them to embrace being different. You know what I'm saying? If they got something different about them, make them embrace it. Make your uniqueness something that is dope about them. Turn it into a positive as opposed to a negative. Or don't just placate it, you know what I'm saying? Address it head on. Like, hey, I know you're different, but this is what makes you special. It's what makes you unique. This is what makes you stand out. And then for the kids out there, for the parents out there, you're going to have to start teaching your kids how to start embracing or to start, living amongst, you know what I'm saying, and in perfect harmony with those who are different. Accept that they're being different, accept that they are different, and know that, hey, that they may look a certain way, they may talk a certain way, but that doesn't mean that they're a bad person, doesn't mean anything, doesn't mean that you need to pick on them. Because I'm a firm believer of hurt people hurting people. So some of these people who are being hurt, these bullies, quote unquote, have been hurt themselves. Either, you know, saying either by other peers or either by people at home or whatever else is going on at home. So, you know what I'm saying? So they need to learn to accept and, you know, live in unison with those who are actually different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just a lot of conversations not being had in households about life topics. And you can tell.
Right.
You let honest conversation. TV and video games raise your kids. And when they go outside and figure out that right trigger don't let you hit nobody and they get punched in their fucking mouth, now all of a sudden they scarred for life because they thought they could hit the X button and move the mouse pad. That's not how real life works. Make your kids go outside, get dirty, you know what I'm saying? Interact with other children so that they can learn to be in a communal space, not just locked up in their rooms and in front of TVs all day. And then when they go outside, they don't know how to deal with shit. That's what a lot of this is. These kids don't be outside. You know what I'm saying? They don't go nowhere. They try to lock themselves in their rooms and be on these devices. And nah, get your ass outside, man. You know what I'm saying? Go find a friend. You know, your lifeline is find a friend. You can't phone one, go find one. You know what I'm saying? Go walk around and see you outside. Shit.
It's like, though, like, it's so dangerous nowadays, like, even outside with kids getting snatched and, you know, shooting and this and that. It's just like,
yeah,
like
you can't let that fear and anxiety manifest itself into your children, though.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing I be telling Denisha. You know, she's a mother, so she always feels like that. Like, I don't just they just outside. I'm like, yes, they're outside. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like if somebody snatched my kids anyways, they gonna bring them back. Shanti gonna talk hella shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna air attack my kids.
Yeah, Shanti's gonna make you bring her back. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna talk.
Start singing those praises. One little boy got dropped right off.
So Shanti, you know what I mean, y'all don't want her anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we good. You know, Malcolm might just be chilling. He'll be a good kidnappee, I guess.
A good kidnappee.
She wants something to eat. She want to know where we going, how long it's gonna take, why your hair look like that. You know what I'm saying? She got too many questions, man. You gonna bring her back. So I'm not worried about them.
You wouldn't even make it down the block, huh? They gonna be like, turn around.
We're gonna get her in the car because
we messed up.
Who are you? Why are you in front of my house? Who are you? No, we're not going with you. That's Shanti. So I don't worry about it, man. You know what I mean? I understand that there's real dangers and perils out there. But, you know, my kids going to be out there unsupervised. But, you know what I mean? Anything still can happen. But anything can happen any day.
And it's sad, though. Yeah, but you got to train them, too, to watch out for things that are, like, weird and things like that. Like, I still laugh when I see little kids talking about that's a kidnapper van. But, yeah, we know. One of my friends almost got kidnapped in one of them vans. Like, you got to teach them to look out for stuff like that and watch people. And they feel that the situation is not safe, what they should do, because they can still be able to go outside. Like nobody wants their child to grow up in fear, and we shouldn't operate in fear either. But we want them to be careful.
Yeah, those same vans were there when we were kids.
Yep, those white vans. People like,
hey, that movie. If it ain't got no windows on the side and no logos, get your ass out of there.
Listen,
wait, to this day,
like, what are you
to this day, I don't even park next to them vans. I had to go to Starbucks to do a live scan, and I saw that van and I wanted that spot, but I was like, no, ma'am, I'm gonna walk a little further today.
No, ma'am.
Because
and now they will follow you throughout the grocery store. Like if you park near that van, they will follow. Like I know a woman and a daughter, they realize like they're being followed. And they found out that van was connected to the people that were following them. Like they were planning on getting them. So they were like, oh no. Like it's getting serious now. The parking lot snatches are getting.
You have to be aware and careful. Yeah, you gotta be aware and very careful.
It's crazy, y'all.
New world.
All right, so as we wind down, one of the last topics of tonight. I know it's supposed to be an after party, but we couldn't have one yesterday. You know, we could have, but you know, some meetings or whatever fell through. But we're here today, so I appreciate you for those who are coming in here today and taking your time to rock with us. But another thing that I want to talk about and get your 3 cents on is Gavin Newsom had made news for vetoing a bill that would excuse me. Ooh-wee. That's that T. That would impact. Hold up. Someone needs to turn down. Was that you, Adoration?
Police. I mean, ambulance.
I think it was the police. They had to use. You out there moving keys for Frank Lucas?
Huh?
You out there moving keys for Frank Lucas?
No, they're just like the police station's right. Like it's a really small town that we're in right now. We're moving, but it's like everything's like the police station's here, the hospital, everything's like in one block.
They know her by her face, but they don't know her last name. But yeah, so Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill that would have helped illegal immigrants get first-time home buyers in California. And so also within that same week, I think the Black National Caucus or something like that stormed the Capitol demanding where the reparations, because I happen to agree. This is something that's going to kind of sing along with what Quez has been saying all along. But here goes the clip of what has been happening out here in California.
Some major developments in a housing story that I've been covering for you for quite some time. Governor Gavin Newsom has vetoed AB 1840. I'm Heather Myers, your go-to for San Diego real estate news and numbers. Now, AB 1840 was the proposed bill that would have allowed illegal immigrants to qualify for California's Dream for All program. That program gives a $150,000 taxpayer-funded down payment to people who qualify, and that's first-time and first-generation home buyers. years. Now, that money would have had to have been paid back, plus some equity when the house is later sold. Well, AB 1840, it drew immediate nationwide criticism. In a statement, Governor Gavin Newsom essentially said that he vetoed it because there's not enough taxpayer money in the program to expand who qualifies for it.
All right, so I'm gonna go on my tangent real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I normally, and then these are the Republicans who are pushing for Gavin Newsom to veto it, and he abided by it. But I say this to say, and this is gonna make Quez look like, you know, Minister Malcolm, Tariq, Nasheed, Fahad, Ali Shababa, Kazam, Shabazz, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because he's right on this. He's 100% right. You're going to allow a bill, and the only thing that stopped it was because the taxpayers of who's going to qualify. You're going to allow some illegal immigrants to come into this state, not necessarily even qualify, over people who have actually been here for centuries, you know what I'm saying, and not give them a crack at getting a home first, but illegal immigrants. And I don't mean to sound, you know, disparaging amongst my illegal folks, you know what I'm saying, or my people from, you know, from out of the country. But I don't think it's right that they would do that and bypass people who have been here, especially a group of people who have essentially helped build California. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not right. And I think that one of the things that I hate to say it too, but it's just facts. They're one of the group of people that the Republicans, a lot of Republicans, do not like outside of us blacks are illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So they weren't going to go for that, and they would have kicked up dust. Where the simple fact that you're over here willing to pass a bill to give them first-time home buyers and make sure that they have homes and all that stuff for illegal immigrants, but you're delaying and stalling the fact that, you know, that black citizens, especially those who are descendants of slaves, cannot get reparations. The same amount of money that you would give to these people to go buy homes that you can give to these group of people for some type of form of reparations. So I don't understand the logic behind it. So now I'm gonna let you guys go and have your guys' 3 cents.
Yep.
All I want to say is they don't really care about us. That's it.
MJ was on something. MJ was ahead of his time with that song, you know.
Oh man.
That's why they took him out. MJ was speaking facts.
Adoration. Good
Where was
stuff.
the lie?
Go ahead, BJ. You got something?
I do.
They know I'm gonna go on a tangent.
I want to get my 2 cents in before you start.
You saving the best for last.
So I guess I got like a 2-part answer, 2-part question. How did it get all the way up there to Gavin Newsom? Which party introduced that?
Yeah,
It was them damn Democrats. I believe it was the damn Democrats.
Okay.
It was a governor or somebody from Fresno, and I believe he's of Hispanic descent, and he was pushing that bill. He got enough support to get it up to him. And so, yeah. So in the climate of today, where we have, like, you know, it's politics season, you know what I'm saying, like campaign season, where, you know, you have, you know, the Democrats will essentially kiss anybody's ass to get votes, you know what I'm saying? So again, you know, they want to appease and get to the folks who are of illegal immigrants or who have parents who are illegal immigrants in order to get those votes, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, kind of like what Adoration said, I mean, essentially, they don't care about us. They will do certain things to appease us, but not really, you know, really look out for our best interests.
I'm glad y'all see it.
Yeah, it's policies, you know. I mean, I no longer live in California, so I don't have a stake in it. But, you know, here in New Mexico, I'm part of a small church, and there's a lot of Hispanics that go there, and some of them don't got papers and stuff. And, you know, I treat them the same, but they know where.
Should.
Yeah, you know, I treat them the same. I treat them like a human being, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's policies like that is going to keep putting a divide, you know. I mean, like you said, there's reparations, and y'all know how I feel about that already. But
Glad you're here.
You know, if they're willing to do it for one, why are they not willing to do it for another? I mean, $150,000 for a lot of those people is a lot of money.
It's
That's
a
a lot of
slap.
money for
me, that's a lot of money.
It's
That's a
a
big ass
slap.
down payment on a
Right.
house.
It's a slap in the face of Black Americans where they say, well, we can't give you we can't do, but let me go ahead and give this bill or pass this bill that will give illegal immigrants. Not, you know what I'm saying? And again, just to backtrack, and I don't want this because I don't want to sound like, you know, those Trumpers out there who talk ill, you know what I mean? But, you know, so illegal immigrants are still their people just like us. I get that people want to come and get out of their situations and make better for their families. I get it. Not understanding they're humans and they should still be treated as humans. You know what I'm saying? So,
Correct.
but the thing about my big beef is not with illegal immigrants and them getting their stake and their stake in the American pie. My problem is with the government officials who keep essentially laughing in our face saying like, hey, it's not doable, or they got to drag our feet, but they can make something happen within the quickness where some people who are not legally meant to be here. You know what I'm saying? That's my big beef.
Yeah. It's policies.
Hey man, hallelujah. I knew you guys would come over here to the 80.
I never
side.
even.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? I knew you was coming to the dark side,
But
man.
that
It's
we
okay.
agreed though with Quest. It's not like we were disagreeing with that.
Not everybody agreed. I've been Tariq Nasheed for the past few months.
You still is his son.
You are.
I've been Umar Johnson, and
that's your cousin.
You know I've been everything when I brought it up. But you know, here's some interesting things, man. In California, you know, Democrats hold like 62 to 63 of the seats out of the 80 that it requires to pass bills. So, you know what I mean? Whenever something happens in California, I always look at it crazy when they say the Democrats, because it's like, yeah, you guys that have been in power for a long time up there, and you guys keep trying to co-op bullshit and pass the buck. Now, what I think Gavin Newsom did was Gavin Newsom just played a wonderful hand of chess, because he knew if there was no reason why that reparations bill didn't make it to his desk. You know what I mean? There was absolutely for it to make it through both houses, and then all of a sudden y'all don't vote on it on the final day that it needs to be voted on, and it's made it through all the process and stuff. So I think Gavin Newsom made them stop it there, and then he had to veto this law, because if he would have approved this and then reparations didn't get through, it'd have been hell to pay right before an election.
Oh, for sure.
That don't look good, right?
For sure.
So that was a wonderful hand of test. I also want to say that for my business-minded people, my wealth-minded people, we all know that home ownership is kind of one of the major pieces to the puzzle to building wealth. Like home ownership, and for there to be, like Third said, there's a bunch of foundationally Black American individuals that live in this country that don't have access to home ownership. $150,000 for a down payment in some states is a house, right? Let's be honest. In places like Michigan and you know, some of these
New
rural,
Mexico.
like some of these rural states, you know what I mean? 150,000 that is enough to build a lot of generational wealth off of. You know what I mean? Because who else is going to have $150,000 to put down on a house working a regular job? So to offer that benefit to people who aren't supposed to be here to begin with, why are we prioritizing that? That is always going to be a major issue. They're called illegal immigrants for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because it's illegal for you to be here getting any type of resources from us. Now, I don't have a problem with the immigrants at all. But if you come here legally, I expect you to, once you get here, figure out a way to go through the proper channels and processes so that you can become a legal resident of this country, and then you can attach yourself to some of these programs and benefits. But to outline bills that say it doesn't matter if you just got here and you ain't got no paperwork, we still gonna bless you with something, that sounds like bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds
My
like,
thing
like
is
I
like,
said
though,
before, they bringing in a new voter class of
Right.
individuals who will vote Democrat because they are happy to be here. The Democrats gave me some benefits. The Democrats let me come over here legally and get my family together and gave me some boots so I could pull myself up by my bootstraps. So of course I'm gonna vote for the Democrats. That's what it looked like to me.
No, that's what it looks like.
I'll
That's exactly what it is.
drop my thing there.
That's
where's
exactly what it
our
is. I mean, because
$150,000?
when you look at it, if you want to go back, I think they figured out the formula when they did the Civil Rights Bill in 1964 and 1965. They're like, oh, okay, well, if we can give them a little chunk, look at all them coming to vote for us or whatever. So then you had 1965, 1968. They figured out the formula. So hey, let me give black people a little bit of this. Let me give them a little bit of that. Let me come every 4 years. You know, hey, if you want this, come vote for me. So then, black folks are definitely going to go run for it because, again, if you're talking about Democrats and Republicans have always been big business takes care of big business. So if you have a person like Trump who used to essentially be a Democrat, but now he's a Republican, but if you look at it, he's a millionaire. So he's going to give tax cuts and all this other stuff for people who are making millions and billions and stuff just like him, because that's what big business does. And essentially erase the middle class. You know what I'm saying? So the Democrat Party was supposed to be about the middle class, but they only tend to be about a certain middle class, and they tend to bypass the other part of the middle class, the fabric, the backbone of this nation.
Exactly, because you notice how, a lot of the jobs that the immigrants are taking are the
black jobs. I'm just playing.
Let me finish.
Black jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
No, but they're taking jobs away from Americans in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're taking away those jobs, which, more power to the businesses. I get it. It comes down to the bottom line. And I had this discussion with a friend, and because he asked me, how would you fix the problem? I said, well, I would fix it by locking it down. You lock down the border, and then the people that are already here, number one, they did a crime, to come over here and have them pay a fine or whatever, because you just can't kick out people. You just can't kick out people that are law-abiding people, even though they're here illegally. And then when those jobs that are taken from the illegals and they go back to the American people, those wages go up.
Well, this has always been my thing with that. I hear where you're trying to go with that, but let's be honest. It ain't a line of people out there that want to pick watermelons,
right?
That want to, you know what I'm saying? Like
there's a lot of jobs available too.
There's a lot of available jobs still. So the notion that they coming over here stealing jobs. Now there is some sectors where I feel like the younger generation should be able to have access to those, like fast food jobs and things like that. To get work experience and to learn to work in those type of environments. I do agree with that. But
the thing is that what I'm saying is not really working in the fields, like construction. There's tons of illegals that are in construction, and it takes away from people that can do construction work.
Well, but this is my thing. Even with that, like Trump was talking that shit, but Trump had illegal people up there working at Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying? In housekeeping and
Trump did everything in the book.
So it's
every
not,
business
it's
does
not
it.
just a Democrat problem. It's a wealth problem. You know what I'm saying? Because like Third said, these big businesses, they're trying to cut costs. So no matter what, they don't want to pay $15 an hour for standard jobs because they know they can let a bunch of illegal immigrants over here that's gonna work for $10 an hour, and they're gonna live 15 people in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, until everybody get on their feet, and they'll be happy to take that $10 an hour job, even though it's really a $15, $18 an hour job. That's the problem. You have to go after these corporations that are using this illegal labor to make millions of dollars and stunt the saying minimum wage growth for people who can barely afford housing in our communities, because let's be honest, it's getting ridiculous now.
It
It's
is,
like,
yeah, it's absolutely true.
you can't afford a damn apartment down there now. You know what I'm saying? Let alone a house.
But it's one of those things that once you can stop the flow, it's not going to happen overnight. But those jobs, and I hate to put it that way, the low wage jobs to get people in,
The
they're
black
going to
job.
have to.
Stop.
They're going to have to.
Stop saying black people do so much shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just doing low wage jobs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no low wage job.
I don't got a low wage job. I used to have one.
President.
I mean, minimum wage, I should say then. Minimum wage. There you go. Because a lot of those jobs, man, like being in construction, doing roofing, those are like $20, $25 an hour jobs, but they pay them 10 to 12. And it's like, come on, dude. And they're doing a house in a whole day, like a whole roof.
Yeah.
Like over here, like I said, we had a storm come through last year, and like every house got hit, and the majority of the people on top of those roofs were illegal aliens.
Right. I mean, because what would you rather do? Would you rather pay one person $25 an hour, or would you rather pay two people $12.50 an hour? You know what I'm saying? And get twice as much work done. That's how they're looking at it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get more bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? That same $25 an hour job that I would have to give to a qualified, skilled tradesman, you know what I mean? Which I've said on this podcast numerous times too. When they took trade out of high schools, you know what I'm saying? When we was working wood shop and auto mechanics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Electrician and plumbing. You know what I'm saying? They found out too many black people was taking that skill set and going and joining these unions and becoming that middle class. So we got to nip that shit in the butt. But, instead of paying even white or I'm not even going to put a color on, just American citizens who know that, hey, sir, this is a $25 an hour job. Ain't no way I'm getting on that roof for $12.50. He can say, yeah, don't worry about it. I can pull up in front of Home Depot and there's 12 motherfuckers out there that'll take $12 to come put this roof together today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't have to give them no lunch breaks. I ain't got to let them, you know what I'm saying, take a bathroom break. They don't speak English, just get the job done. And I ain't got to pay no insurance or nothing on them. So until you attack the corporations and these, and you start having organizations that ride around and penalize these companies that are using illegal labor, it's going to continue to be a problem. But I think, to me personally, that's how you fix it. You create an organization that rides around to these job sites, and when these people are working illegally, you don't do anything to the people that are working illegally. It's not their fault. You penalize the people that hired them, the people that know they're not supposed to be working. You start hitting them with $10,000, $15,000 fines, then maybe they'll do business correctly. That's how I think you fix it. Just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did that in Florida, something like that. Because I remember on the news it came on, like all these homes stopped being built because they had passed a law about hiring illegal immigrants. So, I mean, it's doable. You just gotta.
Yeah, I think we have to remember too, though, like in reality, and this is not against any of that stuff. I agree with that stuff, but we have to remember, America was built and is still flourishing on, for lack of a better word, slave labor. It was us, then they brought over the Chinese, then everything's made in China. And the truth of the matter is, the moment that we get rid of that, which is a good thing, because that's not good anyway, our economy is going to balance out, and what's going to happen is the wages are going to go up, but the prices are going to go up, and our entire economy is going to fall to another scale of reality. It's not going to be the first world country that we're used to. I'm just saying it like it is. Because we're buying, let's say we're buying a pencil for 1 cent, because over in China it's $2 a day, but in America it's $8 an hour to make that same pencil. So now that price of that pencil is going to be $100 over $1, and now our wages are no longer gonna be able to buy us.
Adoration, I feel like that's a misconception, because what tends to happen is these corporations, are eating big at the top and skimming at the
Sure.
bottom. You know what I'm saying? What it's going to require is for everybody to react fairly, right? It's not going to be no more, oh, let me take a $10 million bonus, even though I sat in the office all day and I got 7,000 employees down there who couldn't even get a 50-cent raise all year because their production level was low. It's going to force you to balance out the scale because, look, prices is going up now and it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of the workers. It's because America wants to keep involving itself in wars. It keeps wanting to fund other people's activities. And that's the problem. And then we here on the homeland are suffering for it because somebody's getting paid for these wars. Somebody's getting paid to pass these guns around. Somebody's getting paid to stir up mess. And us at the bottom are suffering. Now eggs are $17 a carton. You know what I'm saying? And minimum wage ain't went up in 10, 15 years. So who's the blame?
Actually, in California, it just went up to $20 an hour, which is now where you go to McDonald's, you got to take out a loan just to go get a Big Mac.
To go to get a Big exactly. But do you remember?
But that's what I'm saying. Why should that happen?
But
why should we change the price of food because we're actually paying people fairly?
But
how about your CEO
you literally brought it up earlier, though.
The
you
CEO
said it earlier. When they
McDonald's
rounded up all those illegal immigrants and sent them out, we had food. I remember the statistic because I had to do my research paper on it for my business class. Literally, 40% of our food was rotting in the thing. Nobody was out there picking the food. Nobody was out there gathering the eggs. Nobody was out there doing
that's because they still want you to go out there for that same $7. And
I'm
we're
not
saying
I know, but what I'm saying is I agree with you, but I'm just saying that the food went on a shortage, so then the prices jumped up. And I'm not saying that it's not true, but we do have to figure out, like, we got to start making gathering eggs American jobs. And yes, they should pay more. But
and also too, not to take away from that, because I agree with what you guys are saying too, but also these businesses need to be held accountable too. McDonald's, a lot of their, just using that as an example, a lot of their stores are franchised, a lot of them. So they're individual business owners who are price gouging. That's what's going on now too, because they don't want to pay their employees the $20 an hour. So they're cutting their hours. They're cutting. Somebody ordered McDonald's not too long ago. Some of the nuggets don't even come in the boxes no more. They're in paper bags. They're cutting all these costs because they don't want to pay this, or they're raising them up because they don't want to lose money. Knowing damn well McDonald's is a huge establishment. You can pay your employees that minimum wage. You can without losing any money. But groceries are going up. It's price gouging. The prices are going high, but the quality of the food is terrible. But we need to eat. See what I'm saying? So we're not going to stop eating. So that's why everybody's getting away with it.
Alexandria Knight, shout out to you for cutting up in the comments. You've been keeping the comment section lit on YouTube. Thank you to the YouTube viewers. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe, like, and notification button, and you're sharing. But she says federal minimum wage was last increased in 2009, and most states use the federal minimum, which is $7.25.
Yeah, she's out here in the South with us.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Crazy.
But also too, when minimum wage goes up, what goes up with it? The cost of living. It's never a balance. It's never a balance.
But that's what happens though, because when the prices go up.
But that's my notion, is that it doesn't have to, right? Like if there's some regulations in these federal governments that can control these entities and quit taking paychecks from them, right? Like let's just start there. When you take funding out of governmental office, then a lot of shit will get fixed. But as long as we allow these politicians to receive paychecks to run for office, like, you know what I mean, we're always going to have this problem, because somebody can grease your palms and you'll vote for some shit even though you know it's not right. So when we take you can no longer fund campaigns, you can no longer outside of we'll call it a minimum of $100 per household. You can't go over $100 per household to fund any campaign to keep it. But when they're taking corporate sponsorships and donors and they going on private yachts and fishing trips and skiing in the Alpine, like all that type of shit, when you cut that out, then maybe we can get some real policies passed. But as long as they passing out checks on Capitol Hill, people gonna keep doing dumb shit because there's no reason, like I keep saying, that these CEOs and these people that sit on these boards should be walking around with getting paid $2 million a year, walking away with $5 million bonuses at the end of the year, and the people that work for you can't pay their fucking rent. You know what I'm saying? You should be disseminating those profits. They don't have to raise the prices when they raise minimum wage. They do that to save their check, because regardless whether you get 7 million or whether you get 70,000 a year, most people are living paycheck to paycheck because they're living beyond their means and they want to look important to people. So once you cut that shit short, you know what I mean, pay people a proper wage and make everything fair, you better boost the economy because people will be more comfortable spending money. They'll buy more eggs if you make them regular price. But if I got to go in here and buy a half a carton, or I'm going to just stick 3 eggs in my pocket and walk out this motherfucker because I refuse to buy the carton. You know what I'm saying? And I just needed some for my breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need the whole carton. I was just trying to, you know what I mean, make a little mac and cheese real quick. I need 2 eggs. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about my business.
I've been noticing stuff missing in packs.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna buy that shit.
Yeah,
you know
I have to, Jess. You get home, you missing 2 eggs.
We are making lifetime decisions between the grocery store and the gas station. We are trying to figure out life, and that's not fair to the people. You know, gas $7 and eggs is $8.50. I got to decide whether I'm gonna get a full tank or eat some breakfast. That's asinine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Truth be told.
Yeah.
What you think? He over here talking this shit. Sorry.
Look, that's facts. That's crazy.
Man, so it's crazy. We got the last little 11 minutes, so you know. I want to thank everybody who came out for this after party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we had some stuff going on yesterday. We gave you guys a rebroadcast. We had a running back episode. Next week is going to be interesting. We have the debates between Kamala Harris, which, you know, I think Quez is mad because he invited her over for dinner one time and she refused to come. So he been holding it against her for a long, long time.
He wanted some of them greens.
I go greens in my tub, so you can't come. That's what he said. Watching the greens in my tub.
Ew, y'all heard Trump talking about she's a very beautiful woman. She looks like Melania. Very beautiful. Just beautiful. Like, ugh. Disgusting.
That's one of those infatuations that the slave masters used to have back in the day. They may not necessarily like the people, but they'll like the women. They'll mess with the women, you know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily like the people. You know, that's just one of them. It was just sick. But you know, but again, it's gonna be prosecutor versus convict, you know, for the debate. So
it should be very interesting. I can't
very
wait.
Interesting.
I can't
It should be very interesting.
Hold up. Alexandria says corporations are taxed at a flat rate of 21% thanks to Trump. And you as an individual can be taxed up to 37%. It makes no sense that income tax can exceed what these billion-dollar corporations pay. Right.
I agree with you, with the exception that it ain't just Trump. That 21% in there. The only person that wanted to raise that price was Bernie Sanders, and y'all said his old ass was crazy. You should have voted for Bernie.
I didn't say nothing.
I wanted. What are you talking about? I wanted Bernie. I was gonna vote for Bernie. I was ready to go to Bernie.
I talked to wanted Bernie.
I don't care what nobody.
Bernie Sanders was out there on the front line of the civil rights. He wasn't just back there with the kumbaya. This dude was getting arrested. He was on the front lines of the civil rights.
Didn't nobody want to feel the burn.
Right. Bernie Sanders, he lived what he walked what he talked, and that's what you want in a leader. You know what I'm saying? And he was the first one. He been talking about and the qualified immunity on police since like the 90s. Matter of fact, he was the one lighting up your boy Biden. He was like, Biden, why are you making this crime bill? He was lighting them up from the 90s. Yeah. So yeah, Bernie Sanders was my dude. But the Democrats screwed him out, tried to put Hillary in, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Like now
there you have it. The beginning of the end.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Melvin, you missed the whole dang on show.
Oh man, get out of
Melvin's
here.
on Facebook talking about what I missed.
He
He
popping in to say
apparently
goodnight.
he don't check the messenger. We said
Yeah,
there's
we-
gonna be an after party. I done tagged you in it. We done made all types of posts and talk. I called and talking about what I missed. Check your emails, cuz.
Melvin
He
was
lost
at a
the
Trump
post
rally.
from all the stuff he was sending us. He lost the post.
Right. He put so much stuff in
He
the
been
chat.
flooding us up.
He didn't
The post
even
got-
see the flyer.
The post got lost. Yeah,
Got lost in the sauce.
the post got
Melvin
lost.
campaigning at a Trump rally out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get his guy in. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh, don't get him started.
Trying not to pay no
Come
corporate
on,
taxes.
$20 is
I
$20.
know what
Melvin
you're
says he is black. Forgive him.
I know what you're doing, Melvin. I see you.
Show up late talking about what I
Y'all
missed.
making that money.
Whole damn show. We getting ready to go night night.
Man, over there with his uncle Sleepy Joe. You know what I mean?
Yo, that was a good
Malcolm
one.
at Sleepy Joe house, feeding them porridge. You know what I'm saying? All right, man.
Yo, that
I
was a good
can't.
one. That was a good one. All right, man. So speaking of She Jr., when's the next rally on the Capitol steps? When we doing it?
Hey, man, the next time they go to vote is in December, sir. You know what I'm saying? So since you're in California, I would expect you to be in participation of the reparations movement. You know what I mean? Don't just be a bystander, be a participant. You gotta go ahead and fight for your 77%. We need your help too. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna scan him and tell him to go home.
Hey, the queen said that most of his people was on reservations, so he didn't got his reparations. So you know what I'm saying? So, Tisha, what we gonna do with our reparations? Because Quez ain't getting any.
I'm not thinking about Denisha. I told you, all her family look like Red Fox, and you know what I'm saying? We not. They all light skinned. Ain't no way it's no African foundation of Black American genes in there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too watered down. I seen black and white pictures, and everybody was white. And they said they was black. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Hey man. So for those that don't know, just a little backtrack. We might run it back and do another ancestry episode when we talk about what we discovered. You know, I'm still discovering mine.
We know you fighting for the.
You trying to find that other 3%. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find that other 3%, ain't you? You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Yeah, he's fighting
gone.
for it.
It's gone.
This ain't, you can't get no honorary percentages. Like people get honorary degrees.
Hey, if they talking about who qualifies, I'm getting mine.
A presidential pardon from Trump to get that other 3%. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, with all the trash I talked about Trump, he ain't pardoned me for nothing. He said you ain't tap. He said you ain't tap dance like Kodak Black or Terry Crews or Candace Owens and all of them. You ain't tap dance enough, boy. So I ain't getting mine.
Y'all crazy, man.
You ain't getting yours, no.
No, run it back though, man. It'll be fun to bring the 80%.
Yeah, we definitely will do a slides where we put up everybody's results and what we learned. Yatish did some stuff and learned more about her history, finding stuff out. Me too. Like I said, I found my African cousins. Quez, he's still finding out he related to Tariq and Umar. You know what I'm saying? Like those are his cousins.
I love my people.
That's okay. Jealousy is real.
That 80% still ain't helping build that school. You know what I'm saying? So
hey man, you know, he didn't want to hire no illegal immigrants. He tried to get the jobs to his people, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him a pass.
D.L. Hughley said he'll debate Umar Johnson at his school.
Hey, it's up there. The lights might not be on, but it's up there. Might not have no electricity, but it's a building up there. You gotta take your ass up there, DL. You know what I'm saying?
But all right, y'all. Hey, this has been a good one. Thank you guys for tuning in for the after party. You know what I'm saying? We ran the running back show yesterday. We wanted to definitely come. We don't feel right if we don't show up live for y'all, you know, during the week. You know, like so we here, we at the after party. I want to thank you guys. Thank you especially to the YouTubers. my YouTube subscribers, I went from having like 150 to like 8,000. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, the millions of views. Shout out to those who are supporting and recognizing Quez for his LinkedIn businesses. Thank you to those who are supporting Tish in her notary and in her live scanning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here doing stuff. You know, so I salute. Shout out to BJ out there in New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Keep treating those people like people because that's what they are. Adoration, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Stay away from that red light district. Keep on the basketball court.
3-on-3 champ right there. You know what I'm saying? Federation, the 3-on-3 champ. You know what I'm saying? At your local rec. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you.
Adoration out there be dunking on folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot the J. Shoot it.
I can't play. I just talk shit. I can't play.
Yeah, she can't play.
I just be talking shit on the side.
Playing defense, huh?
Talk about what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all?
Hell no.
Shout out to Jess over here with her cake biz, you know, doing her thing.
Yes.
Shouts out, Jess. Jess, we need a flyer, Jess. That man, it ain't real.
We do.
So put something out so we can share.
Circulate that around.
Sugar expressed by Jess, you know.
Yeah, you get your Mary Poppins on. You know what I'm saying? Just a spoonful of sugar.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I really don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah, we want to promote you though, so yeah.
But seriously, yeah. So yeah, make a flyer
so we can share it with our networks, man, and then hopefully bring you some business.
That's how the business grow. Marketing and
with a picture of my spoonful of sugar.
Yeah,
let's go.
Girl, take it and run with it. I might be a business builder. He didn't copyright that. Take it.
Yeah, I don't know the real name. That's just all I'm gonna say. Hey, my homegirl got a spoonful of sugar for you, Bill. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
It's not trademark.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Make sure you guys hit up King Third, king3rd.com, or you can go to dropyour3cent.com. It'll link you to King Third and get your merch. Get the DY3. We also have a shirt that was inspired by Tish. She asked us one time, but did you die? So we have the Did You DY3 shirts, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tish over here too, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go get those merch, and they're unisex. So you can walk in any bathroom, any travel location.
As soon as I see you again, I'm gonna stop you in your throat. As soon as I see you again.
I'm gonna make some DY3 tampons. They're gonna be unisex.
Stop the lie.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.